Soap opera continues. Now, Tourism Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has refuted claims that she has apologized for her comments, or that she's planning to apologize for her comments on the judiciary. Political commentator Thabo Mashau is here to help us unpack this and make sense of this. Thank you so much for your time, Thabo. We do appreciate it. I'm not sure if you've received the statement. I think you have, with Lindiwe Sisulu coming out and saying that she did not agree to apologizing for her comments regarding the judiciary. What do you make of all of this? Because the presidency is saying she is going to apologize for or she is apologizing for her attack on the judiciary. It just seems like this is an ongoing saga with no end. Sorry, Thabo, I think you're on mute. If you could just unmute yourself, please.
The typical Zoom thing that happens when we are at our best. Apologies for that, Heidi, but good evening to you and to the at home. Really, this is a saga that is unfolding and playing itself out on a public stage like some sordid and very weird episode of The Bold and the Politics. And in this instance, the minister says that she did not apologize. And Heidi, weird enough, the statement is still on the presidency's website as I'm looking at it right now. And the word admonished appears twice. In the first instance, it says that where he admonished her about her recent article, Haim Zansi have recent justice. And the word again appears in the second paragraph where the president says the president specifically admonished the minister about her attack on the judiciary. And it continues like that. However, Minister Sisulu, in her statement, which we've received now, and it says, under no circumstances did I commit any retraction or apology since I stand by what I had penned. If this statement is true from Minister Sisulu, it simply means that the one from the presidency is not true, and it was meant to embolden the president as someone with authority who rebuked and admonished Minister Sisulu and who is in control of the cabinet ministers and who is running the show. But that is poured upon by cold water of Minister Sisulu's statement, because she says that she didn't apologize at all. As a matter of fact, she's still waiting for the president to come back to her based on one line that the president disagreed with. So it's a nasty PR mess for the presidency, and it is a PR stunt that has gone completely wrong.
Certainly, and I actually want to read the other part of her statement where she says, the president proposed an intermediary that would focus on the one line above the judges to resolve that. I awaited such to be communicated, which would do nothing to the entire article. So it just seems as though from the statement that the presidency released a few hours ago and the statement that the Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has released, the two were definitely not in the same room, or the two did not agree to this. And now the presidency is coming out saying the minister apologizes, where Lindiwe Sisulu is saying, I'm not apologizing for this. I want us to speak about what this is going to mean going forward, because to me it just looks like it's a very nasty argument that's going on, and it seems as though the two cannot come to a conclusion. The minister saying, I'm not apologizing, the president saying the minister has apologized.
It has definitely deepened the divisions between the minister and the president, and those who support the president and those who support the minister on her recent utterances. It is just not an argument, but it is a very serious political disagreements that may even amount to a huge and influential schism of sorts. Often we have looked at the ANC as this binary entity that is made up of CR17 and the RET group. With Minister Sisulu coming out very strongly, it might turn it into a three-piece outfit where Sisulu is also pulling her own side of her supporters within the ANC. But what it means, more than anything else, if the minister's recent statement truly comes from her, it simply means that she is not scared, she is not frightened, and she is not backing down. And the one with egg on his face would be the president, because in his statement in the presidency website, the statement goes on to put words in the minister's mouth, and they quote her as saying, and I quote, "I retract unequivocally my hateful comments. I recognize that many women and men judges, past and present, have served their country in the judiciary with dedication and patriotism, and some have made sterling sacrifices in the fight against apartheid and colonialism." It means that she didn't say it, and if she didn't say this, and it's on the presidency's website, it does huge credibility blow and damage to the presidency.
I want us to speak about how when this statement came out from the presidency, many people said just an apology is that all the president is going to ask for, and many are calling for harsher action to be taken against the minister. What would you say with regards to this?
The president needs to act somehow. Because he has just been stripped of his perceived powers, and the minister is challenging the president directly. And if he sits and does nothing, he will be seen to be weak and not to be in charge, and that the minister is really running away on this horse, and the president is sitting at the back, and he is not in control of the direction that this wagon is going towards. But if he also harshly admonishes the minister and does something drastic, as trying perhaps to fire her and not just censure her, it would mean that there is also, you are also emboldening the minister, because as many have said on this platform, she becomes the victim, and then she becomes emboldened as the minister who was fired for having expressed herself in a democratic country. So it's a catch-22 for the president at this particular point, and this statement does not help at all. However, it is very imperative for the presidency to come out and clarify the statement in order for them to at least salvage the little of what's left of their credibility.
Certainly, I think there definitely needs to be some kind of clarity, because the minister also goes on to say in his statements, I will in the next 24 hours issue a full statement. So we can definitely await that. And hopefully the presidency also comes out with some kind of clarity, because it just seems as though the two are not agreeing. Thabo, I just want to ask you a question with regards to the stance that Minister Sisulu is taking and coming out and almost saying, I don't agree with the president. I will not apologize for my comments on the judiciary. Do you think that this kind of behavior and action suggests that Lindiwe Sisulu is perhaps throwing her name in the hat to say, I want to stand for presidency?
The colors are definitely on the mast. She has taken sides, and she has made herself very clear. It simply means that perhaps even if she is not running, she may support someone who is going against the president. In this instance, she is squarely putting herself on opposite ends with the president, and she is saying that I am not with you. Between these two statements, one of them is definitely not telling the truth. And in time, we will know who is not. But in this particular time, at this particular time, Heidi, it is truly unfortunate to see the cabinet divided as it would be, because clearly there would be those who are supporting Minister Sisulu. There would be those who are supporting the president, even if they may remain silent. However, to answer your question directly, she has put her colors on the mast as far as the ANC's conference is concerned. She has said that this, not in so many words, but in action, clearly says that she's not going with the president. But again, 10 months, 11 months is way too much time in politics. It seems like years. Anything can change in the next few months, in the next few weeks. But as we stand right now, Minister Sisulu is saying, I'm not going with you, President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Thabo, anything can change in the next few minutes, because I'd actually drafted some questions for this interview before the minister released the statement. And one of the questions which I still want to ask you is that many people had come out in support of Lindiwe Sisulu's piece on the judiciary, saying that finally somebody has spoken out, and it seems as though she was gaining more and more support, where many people had thought, is this something that one should be supporting? And now that she's released this statement and the president released that statement, I wonder where this leaves her support. Do you think she'll be gaining more support, because it seems as though she's still going against the president, she still feels the same way about the judiciary, or do you think many people are looking at her going, we actually don't know where this is going, let's just step away for a bit?
if she has apologized, and I'm saying this very clearly, if she had apologized, she would have lost support. She wouldn't have found a concrete home in either of the factions, because the factions and the support that she would have gained by expressing her views on the judiciary, on the status quo in South Africa, has definitely gained her some constituency within and outside the ANC, as many South Africans will agree with her. I'm not saying most, but many would agree with her and her stance. And there are obviously many as well who disagree with her. And in this at this particular time, she has gained herself a proper support, more than she would have had she not written this piece at all. However, Heidi, given that it is currently not clear, the waters are murky and muddy at this particular point, I think the support that she has gained over the past few days or in a week or so will very alertly watch what is her next move, watch if she really apologized or if she did not apologize. They will wait and hear what the presidency has to say, but currently it's a waiting game. But I do not think there would be too much of swaying of support at this point until we hear from the presidency or from her with more clarity.
I think the next 24 hours are going to be very interesting, and we'll definitely keep an eye on that story. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. That's political commentator Thabo Mashau. Thank you for your time this evening.